Your empowerment story begins now. The time has come for you to step into a new version of yourself, one that you are more than ready to step into, one that has been waiting for you. You are being called to more than this. That is not to say that you are better than anyone else or more right or more loved than others. However, you are awakening to a truth that others may not be ready to see at this time. You've been playing small your whole life, and there's nothing wrong with that. It needed to be that way for the time that it was, but you are now preparing to step into a completely new era of your journey, and you are outgrowing your current circumstances. This usually appears as a lot of chaos and upheaval in your physical reality. Just like the hermit crab must completely rid himself of the old shell in order to find the new, so too must the life you know currently be completely let go of in order to step into the new level of awareness that you are entering. It's time. It's time to release the old. It's time to embrace the new. It's time to release the fear of the unknown. It's time to trust the universe. It's time to trust your intuition and the small, quiet voice inside that resonates deep within you. It's time to allow yourself to be seen. It's time to allow yourself to be heard. Remember, you are not a physical body. You are a vibration. You are music. You are color. You are light. Your light has been covered up until now. Now imagine if the sun that provides light and life to our entire planet decided it wasn't good enough or smart enough or pretty enough to be seen. And so it put on a heavy coat and covered itself. Imagine what would happen to the planet. Listen to me right now. You are the sun. You've been shielding your light from this world, and it's time to take the coat off and let your light shine and bring light and life to the planet as you were designed for. Yes, you were designed to be a beacon of light to the entire world. It's okay that you've been afraid of your own light for so long. It's okay that you've felt like hiding, but now is the time. You are safe and held. Does the sun fear falling from its position in the sky? No, it's held up by the universe. It's held up by God. It's held up by love, and you too are held by love. There is no possibility that you could not be. Is a fish not held by the ocean? You are held. You are safe to take your coat off and allow your light to shine and be seen by others. It is that very light that gives life. Your empowerment story begins now. You're called to this earth for so much more than just working your days away, trying to figure out how to make ends meet, figuring out what you're going to have for dinner every single night. There's more to you than that. You're here to make an impact in this world. Whatever you're here to create, it's for a purpose. And that purpose is more than just toiling through life, trying to get by, trying to avoid sickness, or just save up enough for retirement. So often we get stuck just living in this sort of hamster wheel. It's time for you to step out into a completely new version of yourself, one that the current version of you will not even recognize. You're going to actually become a completely new person through this process. We do know that every 7 years, we have a completely new set of cells of our body. So change is inevitable. You're always going to be going through this process of growth. It's time for you to shed the old version of yourself. If you're still watching this video, it's because you resonate with this and you know this message is meant for you. You know there's more to your life than what you've been living up until now. Now is the time for transition. Now is the time for metamorphosis. And you might not know what to do or where you're going right now, but you don't really need to. You just need to follow the path of joy. I mean, we hear the phrase follow your bliss all the time, and I think we kind of misinterpret that to just mean like do whatever makes me feel good in the moment and chase empty little pleasures.
Follow your bliss.
Follow your bliss.
Follow your bliss, sir.
If I just follow my bliss, I don't have to think about that stuff.
But that's not really what bliss actually means or what it is. When we're talking about following your bliss, we're talking about following what truly lights you up from the inside out and not just what makes your body feel good or satisfies an emotional craving. That's not bliss. That's artificial. When you hear the phrase follow your bliss, what that really means is allow yourself to be intuitively guided by your own higher self. If you can get really in tune with what your higher self, your own soul is communicating to you, things are still going to get done. You're going to finish all the tasks on your to-do list. You're just going to do them in an order that is more aligned with where your energy is resonating in any given moment. You'll likely have synchronistic moments where you come across different information or run into different people, or different messages will hit you at just the right time because you followed what your intuition was guiding you to do rather than just seeking these brief little pleasures or avoiding things that you you don't want to do. But when you can really tap into living from this intuitive place, you will start to see more flow in your life in the way that things happen and unfold for you. And if you're not sure quite what to do, don't worry too much, because this is like a game of bumper bowling where you're never going to really go into the gutter. Things might get challenging and they might be difficult circumstances that you do have to deal with, and you have to be responsible for those things. But like anything in life, we grow from the challenges. Have you ever played a video game on the easiest level possible and found that it just wasn't very much fun? And so you bump up the difficulty level? Well, that's kind of like what you're going through with your life right now. If you're going through challenges, it's probably because you're playing at a harder level. But it's time to remember that you are not the little character in the game getting squashed or falling off cliffs or drowning in the water. You are the one playing the game. It's time to remember who you really are. It's time to step into your full empowerment and realize you are not a victim to your life. You are a creator of your life. You are a creator who is here to give life to the rest of the world. So if you're feeling like you don't have anything to give to the world and there's no way that your contributions are going to have that big of an impact, well, think again, because the sun probably is up there thinking that it's just existing. It probably doesn't know all the stuff going on Earth. How would it? And yet here we are existing because of it. So when you think you don't matter and you don't have an influence in other people's lives, just remember that you are the sun. You are here for a purpose. If you had no purpose, you would not even exist. The universe does not waste energy, and it wouldn't waste energy by putting you here if you didn't have a role to play. If you're feeling like it's time for you to step into this new version of yourself, it's time for you to take on these new challenges and allow yourself to be seen and heard, you're exactly right. And you're exactly where you need to be right now. So even if your circumstance feels like you couldn't possibly do what you're feeling called to do, trust that the power that keeps you breathing and regenerates all your cells every 7 years, trust that that power is going to guide you through this process and provide what you need in every moment that you need it, and not a moment sooner than you're ready for it. What you need will come to you at exactly the right time. So you can just trust that it will. The trees in winter don't have to worry if the weather's gonna get better again in spring. The bees don't need to worry if the flowers are gonna bloom again one day, because they can just trust that they will. And you can trust that the resources that you need when you need them will be available. But you have to have that faith. You have to trust. Just play a little trust fall exercise game with the universe and see what happens. But you're ready, my friend. You are ready, and this world is just craving whatever it is you have to offer. So start to get comfortable taking that coat off. Allow yourself to be seen. And when you do that, you give others permission to do the same. So let your light shine. We all cannot wait to see it. Be well, my friend. And until next time, keep rising.